going to go over our content and our language objectives. Remember, in small groups we don't sing the song, okay? Alright? Our content objectives, which tells us what we have to learn in first grade. All the things we have to be able to do by the time we leave first grade. I'm going to read it, and then I want you guys to read it with me, okay? I will ask questions that will help me understand the story. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. I will ask questions that will help me understand the story. Very good. So we're going to be learning about how to ask questions to understand the story. Alright? And our language objectives, how we're going to get there today, is going to be I will write and ask questions orally that will help me understand the story. Okay? You guys ready? I will write and ask questions orally that will help me understand the story. Very good. So do you understand what we're going to be doing today? Can somebody tell me what we're going to be doing? What is our objective? Polly? We're going to be writing and asking questions, and why are we going to be doing that? Yasmin? We have to learn that so we can get to second grade, NIE, so we can understand the story. That's really what we're going to be working on. But you're right, we have to be able to do that to get to second grade, right? All right. The book that we're going to be working on and learning all of this, asking the questions to understand the story, is The Duck Pond. What do you think? What do you think the story is going to be about? Yasmin?
Angela, your students seem very aware of the procedure that you utilize for introducing content language objectives. Could you please explain the actions that you implement into those objectives?
The actions that I use will do thinking, and they'll point to their head. When I'm talking about orally, that was a really hard word for my kids to know exactly what that was, and so I put to the mouth and bring down just so they know that they're using their voice. So orally means they're going to have to talk. And when we talk about writing, if that's in there, then they're going to do the writing. If they're going to be reading, they'll open up like a story and they'll act like they're reading. And it was also a way to bring in, to make it more concrete for my ESL learners too. Even my Burmese they know orally that it's using their voice and they're going to be talking. They know that writing, they're going to be using, they're going to be writing something. So it ties in the word with the action, and so it's made it a lot more concrete, and it's easier for them to understand exactly what their job's going to be. They swim in it. Do you think it's going to be an important word for the story? Do you think an author would put it in the title if it was not important? No, so it's pretty important. Let's learn what some of our words are going to be in the story, okay? And the first word, pond. It's the word pond. Do you observe something in the word? What do you see? All right, and our next word is family. What is a family? And we are a family, aren't we? Do you have a family at home? And who is your family at home?
In regard to your vocabulary introduction, could you please tell us the reason for the puff paint, color coding, and underlining on your word cards?
Yes. That was something that kind of evolved for me. I had a lot of, I have some students that I can stand up at the front of the classroom and just orally tell them anything and they would automatically grasp the concept. And then I have other students that need that visual picture. They need to have color coding. They need to have something that's going to provide them with emphasis. And then I have other students that they're not going to get it by my oral explanation. They're not going to even get it with a picture. So they need to have something that they can touch. And so when I do puff paint, it does, not only does it give my oral, I'm still giving the oral explanation, then it has the emphasis with the colors of the puff paint for my ones that need that image for them or that picture. But because the puff paint stands up a little bit, it gives my kids that need the tactile. So that's what I use it for. And the underlining is for word families. I want my kids to be able to look at a word and find those chunks that they already know, and so that way when they go on to older grades and they get a word that they don't understand, they can zone in on those things or those chunks that they already do know, and so it makes sounding out words easier for them. Okay. Annie? Okay, so what is a nest made of? Do you think if we find out what a nest is made of, it's going to help us understand the story better? Yeah? Okay, so we'll just put this down on my table, and if we find the answer to it, then we can answer it. Holly? Garden. What do you see? N-I-E? E-N. And what does the N say? N. And what does this one say? Holly? A-R says what? So garden. What is a garden? Say this word with me? Hatched. Hatched. Hatched means when a baby chick is ready to come out of its egg, it pecks at the egg and it cracks the egg, and the chicken hatches out of the egg. So it comes out of the egg, and that whole process is called hatched. Say it with me. Hatched. A baby chick hatched from an egg yesterday. Alright, here's your book. The green things are there to stop, to tell you that you can't go any further, but I want you just to turn to pages 2 and 3, and we're going to do a book walk real quick. Bring it back in. I heard the words surprised, I heard the words bite, I heard the words feed. So tell me about surprised. Why would we use the word surprised to describe the pictures? Holly? That's probably surprised that they came out. And what would give you that feeling that the duck was surprised? And it quacked. Look at this page, and you see on the duck it has those 3 lines right outside its mouth. You see that line? Those 3 lines right there? As you guys are going to read pages 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you're going to come up with a question on your own. But before you do that, I have forgotten one question that is particularly important about the main character. Are you ready? Look on page 2. And I want you to look at that duck. And I want you to tell to your partner what kind of duck is that. Is that a mean duck? Is that an angry duck? Is that a happy duck? Or is it a sad duck? Talk about what kind of duck it is. Go.
It's a nice duck.
You guys can go ahead and start reading and coming up with the questions. Good job. You're absolutely right. I think he's happy too. You guys have 2 sticky notes. Go ahead and read pages 2.
Will you please tell us about the makeup of your guided reading group?
I have 3 ESL students, and then when I group all of my reading groups, they're based on DRA and Dibbles, and so the group that is on the video is my medium middle group. When you come up with a question you want to find out, then you can write it. I need you to come back to me. You guys did really good on coming up with your questions. You know what I will do? I will make a little poster with our question words, and so tomorrow we'll have it up in the back so that way you guys can have a visual of that. Okay, let's go over our content and our language objectives to make sure we did our job today. Alright? Our content was, I will ask questions that will help me understand the story, and what we were supposed to do today, how we were going to get there, is that I will write and ask questions orally that will help me understand the story. Did we write questions? Did we ask questions? Did we do our job today? Excellent. Stick your sticky note inside your book, and then give me your book, and you may go back to centers, please.
When you closed your lesson today, you revisited your objectives. What is the importance of this?
We always go over language and content objective, and like I said before, for us in my classroom, that's a big step, because it makes me aware what my job is. It makes them aware of their job, and so at the end we need to have closure. Did we do what we were supposed to do? Did we do our job? And you'll see my kids, and I'll ask them, did we do our job? And if they think we did our job, they'll have their thumb up, and if they don't quite know, they'll kind of put sideways, and if they don't think we did our job, they'll put it down. And there's been times where they've put their thumb down, and I'm like, okay, and then we start bringing up that dialogue. Why didn't we do our job? And what do we need to do now to get our job done? And so it doesn't put all the responsibility of learning on me. It makes them responsible for their learning, and to have that dialogue with me. Well, teacher, I don't think I did my job, and so maybe I could do this to get my job done. And so it brings closure, but also opens up dialogue to make sure that everybody is getting the learning that they need to accomplish those things that they need to accomplish in first grade.